never had this in my life. This is very exciting, and they're all better than me at chess.
I know a lot about wine, obviously. Drink it every morning. No, sorry, that's whiskey in Ireland. I confuse the two things. Spaghetti?
Lovely.
Burger?
That's 30 seconds to a minute. Alex might lose her first match.
Literally no one opening that's
Because it's the best one. It's actually very complicated at higher levels. Yeah. Coats and accessories. Yeah.
Opa!
Yes! Nerd! I understood that.
So we made it to London barely.
Andrea,
Alright, we're crossing the river and there's Big Ben.
This is supposed to be team chess. Okay. I'm tired. That was fucking terrible. I'm never doing it again.
He couldn't get a gambit already. Palms are sweaty, they're heavy, but on the service he's in check already.
I'm so powerful. And we are here with Alex's best Norwegian friend. Get in here, Hammer. Get in here, Hammer.
Welcome. I have notes. The legendary Oslo Botez Oslo tour.
Yay.
What do you think about this work, Nick? Look at this framing. Okay, the framing is not great, but station to the royal palace.
Okay.
And it has all.
We're here with Anna Kremling, my new Botez sister. Might even bring her to Dubai.
Overhand machining.
Okay, this is too much. I'm out of it.
Don't leave me.
Which we're going to be seeing. One of the main pieces.
Good tidings we bring to you and your friends. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now give us some piggy pudding. Now give us some piggy pudding.
We got with us Alexandra and Andrea Botez.
Let's just say.
Do you think chess people are fun?
Honestly, I really enjoy hanging out with chess players.
The Botez sisters are like sharks, and there's just eels just flying around. Like
Andrea comes up with only the most refined, classiest, high-quality questions ever.
How does the knights move? Wait, help me, because they just another draw! Yeah! Got the new draw! I feel one-sided there. My sister just beat the 2500 of chess 24. Yeah!
I love getting it over.
I know.
It's not gonna be long.
Oh, me too!
I'm gonna climb it off!
Is it over? Why are you still here? It's not going through. Look, Alex, what else did you want? Why is the rain not going through? Bonjour, Alamon. Bienvenue à Paris. Yes, already start.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what is this? There's a little hat. Yes. Oh. Andrea and Andreas! Andreas! We have you here! We have a girl gang. I've never had this in my life. This is very exciting, and they're all better than me at chess.
I know a lot about wine, obviously. Drink it every morning. No, sorry, that's whiskey in Ireland. I confuse the two things. Spaghetti?
Lovely.
Burger?
That's 30 seconds to a minute. Alex might lose her first match.
Literally no one opening that's
Because it's the best one. It's actually very complicated at higher levels. Yeah. Coats and accessories. Yeah.
Opa!
Yes! Merde, I understood that.
So we made it to London barely.
Andrea,
Alright, we're crossing the river, and there's Big Ben.
This is supposed to be team chess. Okay. I'm tired.
That was fucking terrible. I'm never doing it again.
He couldn't get a gambit already. Palms are sweaty, they're heavy, but on the service he's in check already.
I'm so powerful. And we are here with Alex's best Norwegian friend. Get in here, Hammer. Get in here, Hammer.
Welcome. I have notes. The legendary
notes.
Oslo Botez Oslo tour.
Yay.
What do you think about this work, Nick? Look at this framing. Okay, the framing is not great, but station to the royal palace.
Okay.
And it has all.
We're here with Anna Kremling, my new Botez sister. Might even bring her to Dubai.
Overhand machining.
Did you hear that?
Okay, this is too much. I'm out of it.
Don't leave.
I'm out. Which we're going to be seeing. One of the big pieces.
Good tidings we bring to you and your friends. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now give us some piggy pudding. Now give us some piggy pudding.
We got with us Alexandra and Andrea Botez.
Let's just say.
Do you think chess people are fun?
Honestly, I really enjoy hanging out with chess players. And
The Botez sisters are like sharks, and there's just eels just flying around. Like
Andrea comes up with only the most refined, classiest, high-quality questions ever.
How does the knight move?
Wait, help me, come here. Yay! Another draw! Yeah! I feel one-sided there. My sister just beat the 2500 of chess 24. Yeah!
Our love's gonna go with that.
I know.
It's not gonna be long.
I'm
gonna climb it off. Is it over? Why are you still here? It's not going through. Look, Alex, what else did you want? Where's the rain not going through?
Bonjour à la monde. Bienvenue à Paris.
Party stars.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what is this?
There's a little hat. Andrea and Andreas!
Andreas! We have you here! We had a girl gang. I've never had this in my life. This is very exciting, and they're all better than me at chess.
I know a lot about wine, obviously. Drink it every morning. No, sorry, that's whiskey in Ireland. I confuse the two things. Spaghetti? Burger?
That's 30 seconds to a minute. Alex might lose her first match.
Literally no one opening that's the
Because
easiest
it's
to
the
memorize,
best one.
and you still
It's actually very complicated at higher levels. Yeah. Coats and accessories.
Yeah.
Opa! Yes! Merde, I understood that.
So we made it to London barely.
Andrea,
Alright, we're crossing the river, and there's Big Ben.
This is supposed to be team chess. Okay. I'm tired.
That was fucking terrible. I'm never doing it again.
He couldn't get a gambit already. Palms are sweaty, they're heavy, but on the service he's in check already.
I'm so powerful. And we are here with Alex's best Norwegian friend. Get in here, Hammer. Get in here, Hammer.
Welcome. I have notes. The legendary Oslo Botez Oslo tour.
Yay.
What do you think about this work, Nick? Look at this framing. Okay, the framing is not great, but they shed to the royal palace.
Okay.
And it has all.
We're here with Anna Kremling, my new Botez sister. Might even bring her to Dubai.
Overhand, machine.
You hear that?
Okay, this is too much. I'm out of it.
Which we're going to be seeing. One of the main pieces.
Good tidings we bring to you and your friends. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now give us some piggy pudding. Now give us some piggy pudding.
We got with us Alexandra and Andrea Botez.
Let's just say.
Do you think chess people are fun?
Honestly, I really enjoy hanging out with chess players. And
The Botez sisters are like sharks, and there's just eels just flying around. Like
Andrea comes up with only the most refined, classiest, high-quality questions ever.
How does the knight move?
Wait, help me, because they told me. Yay! Another draw! Yeah! Got the new draw! I feel one-sided there. My sister just beat the 2500 of chess 24. Yeah! Yeah!
I know.
I was gonna climb it off. Is it over? Why are you still here? It's not going through. Look, Alex, what else did you want? Where's the ring not going through? Bonjour, Alamon. Bienvenue à Paris. Yes, Artie Star. What are you doing? Yeah, what is this?
There's a little hat.
Yes.
Oh.
Andrea and Andreas! Andreas! We have you here! We have a girl gang. I've never had this in my life. This is very exciting, and they're all better than me at chess.
I know a lot about wine, obviously. Drink it every morning. No, sorry, that's whiskey in Ireland. I confused the two things. Spangen? Burger?
It's 30 seconds to a minute. Alex might lose her first match.
Literally no one opening that's the
Because
easiest
it's
to
the best
memorize,
one.
and you still
It's actually very complicated at higher levels. Yeah. Coats and accessories. Yeah.
Opa!
Yes! Nerd! I understood that.
So we made it to London barely.
Andrea,
Alright, we're crossing the river, and there's Big Ben.
This is supposed to be team chess. Okay. I'm tired.
That was fucking terrible. I'm never doing it again.
He couldn't get a gambit already. Palms are sweaty, they're heavy, but on the service he's in check already.
I'm so powerful. And we are here with Alex's best Norwegian friend. Get in here, Hammer. Get in here, Hammer.
Welcome. I have notes. The legendary Oslo Botez Oslo tour. What do you think about this work, Nick? Look at this framing. Okay, the framing is not great, but station to the royal palace. And it has all.
We're here with Anna Kremling, my new Botez sister. Might even bring her to Dubai.
Overhand machining.
You hear that?
Okay, this is too much. I'm out of it.
Don't leave.
Which we're going to be seeing. One of the big pieces.
Good tidings we bring to you and your friends. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now give us some piggy pudding. Now give us some piggy pudding.
We got with us Alexandra and Andrea Botez.
Let's just say.
Do you think chess people are fun?
Honestly, I really enjoy hanging out with chess players. And
The Botez sisters are like sharks, and there's just eels just flying around. Like
Andrea comes up with only the most refined, classiest, high-quality questions ever.
How does the knights move? Wait, help me, because another draw! I feel one-sided there. My sister just beat the 2500 of chess 24. Yeah.
Our last game is over.
I know.
It's not going to be long.
I'm gonna climb it off. Is it over? Why are you still here? It's not going through. Look, Alex, what else did you want? Where's the rain not going through? Bonjour, Alamon. Bienvenue à Paris. Party stars. What are you doing? Yeah, what is this? There's a little hat. Yes. Oh. Andrea and hello chat. We are live. I'm a little bit late. We have a little bit of a scuff set up, but it's gonna work. Hi guys. I see why. I fixed it. Don't worry. All right. Good morning, guys. Look, it's been a long time since I've been a streamer. I am streaming off of one monitor. So everything is really tiny. I have issues seeing anyways. If I see one I miss hammer comment, I will ban you. Now I know what my sister feels like. You better be happy who you get, or you know what? There will be no commentary. Okay. Also, can you guys even see things on this board? Looks quite tiny to me. Okay, we can't ban everyone, but you know what? Okay, all right. It is kind of a small board. I feel like the overlay, it was, okay. Oh! Everything is sideways. I'm always ready on time, and if any of you... Oh my god, I literally did not brush my hair and just thinking at all different directions. I have... Look, chat! You know what? Vila, can you try to plug this in so that we can put chat on this, please? Okay. Do you know why everything is sideways over here?
Sideways, so I rotated it for the scene, but here is supposed to be a chessboard, so you are just catching the wrong thing. It's a chessboard.
Okay. This one. Nope. This? This? Yes. Yes. No, this is the window cap. Oh, there is no chessboard. Oh, there is no chessboard.
No, GameOnChess.com here is this.
Oh.
Oh, it's just not showing up. Cool. Yeah, chess.com's just not. I don't.
You need to full screen it, I think, for it to work.
And then I can't see anything. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, this. Oh gosh.
Does it work now?
No, we can't have it full screen. Okay, I'm just gonna use a tiny setup because I can't see anything in that layout. Okay. It's okay, I make a new one. I got it. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna do this. Almost there, chat. Sorry. My scenes are a little different this morning. Okay. All right. I'm trying to stay calm while okay. All right. Okay. You know what? This is good. Everyone can see, and we're not going to touch it from here. All right. Hammer over to Andrea. Look, he is a professional commentator. He does this for a living. I am not getting paid to be here. I am not a You don't need... Oh. Okay, we need Valentine. Fine. I will add one thing. Yeah, Oh. Okay. Yeah, okay. I guess... Wait. And I just realized that I'm very confused. Oh, boy. I don't even Honestly, chat... Okay. I'm adding the time. I'm adding it. Don't worry, everyone's gonna catch up. You're not missing it. You know what? Trust me, you're not missing anything. We're gonna be here for 3-4 hours, and they're gonna sit there, and they're gonna be spending 30-40 minutes per move. And Joey, we have plenty of time to catch up, so all of you, shut up. I'm putting it right now. Shut up. It's just a chess game. It doesn't move fast. We'll have plenty of time. Okay. The game analysis is coming. Let me put the damn chess clock on the screen. Okay. Oh, now I have one monitor. Have you lived with one monitor? You know, you probably do because you're not a streamer, but okay. It's almost there. The eval bar. Well, I don't know where to put it. That's the issue. Where would it go? You know what? Okay, we can do this. How does one? Nothing is working. Okay. You know what? Hammer has spoiled you guys. You know when, like, you go out with your mom and she takes you to the ice cream shop and she gets you everything you want and you have the best time with your mom, but then your mom's not really free to take you. So you start going out with your dad and you love your dad very much, but he does not get you everything you want. You don't get all the ice cream you get, and you know what? That's going to be what today is. Okay. It's time for the chess. Oh. Yeah. It's time to chess. Maybe in a short intermission we can add the clock, but I have no idea how to work this one monitor setup, so this is what we're gonna do. There we go. Bam. I'm covering the sponsors. I'm very confused how this scene is set up. I like my I cannot make damn. Okay. All right. Everyone? All right. So, on this beautiful morning, it is 8 a.m. I've just woken up. My sister's in Iceland. She has... Okay. I kept seeing Where's Hammer comments, and it triggered me. Where were we? You know what? Let's just see what we missed. She's playing a new opening. Yes, Hammer prepped her. And it looks, based on my preparation and beforehand knowledge that I've done, looks like he played into her prep. The goal was for him to play the D takes C4 line, and he did. So let's see. We're going to go move by move. We're going to go move by move. This is all basic opening. typically the idea is you sack the pawn, but white gets to control the center and they get more piece development. If you look here, we have the knight and the bishop developed, whereas black's pieces are all kind of on the 8th rank. He's developed his knight, but eventually you're gonna get this pawn back, so we don't care about giving the pawn. And this is all right. This is, Alex has not sent me that much prep, so I don't know if you've walked into her prep or not. Time and Elo, chat read, Alex, oh, yes. So this is a master from the Netherlands. He's 2200. Alex has not won any games yet against a high-rated opponent, so hopefully this will be the first. Hopefully this will be the first. Fine, I'm gonna add the clock. Okay, I'm gonna add it. I just don't know where it would fit. I guess people care about clock and time and eval. Okay, I have a solution. I have a solution. All right. Vila, how did you make the chessboard fit in this scene with the clock and time? Is there any way?
Because it was in the first scene.
Yeah, but that scene is tiny board.
Yeah.
So there's just no way?
I guess you can move stuff like to the right and just like cover part of it.
Oh. Ah. Okay.
Yeah, just move your camera to the right and make sense.
Okay.
Just like cover a little bit of letters.
Well, that won't work. Okay, like that? Yeah, I think that's fine.
What do you want me to pull up on this one?
Just pop out chat. This is... Alright. Here you go. There you go, chat. It's scuffed, but it's the best you're gonna get. Okay, everyone can see the clock in time. Is this fine? This will do. Hammer will be, you know what? Hammer will never be back. Your parents have left you, and now you're in my hands, and it's time to face real life. All right. Let's see. Let's give our another thing about me not being Hammer is my analysis might not be right. But I will share my thoughts, and then we will go over it with the eval bar. So not only, you know, chess might be a little bad, the screen might, but you know what? I have something that Hammer doesn't, okay? I have the sisterly bond. I am an empath, and I can read her. If we look at Alex right now, she's sitting there, and you know what? You might think she's contemplating the chess position, but you know what she's thinking about? Birds. She's thinking about maybe a little bit of soup. She's imagining a big juicy bird in her head, and it's giving her motivation, and eventually she's going to start licking her lips a little bit because she's going to get a little hungry, but eventually she's going to get back to the game. She probably had a great bowl of soup because she's been sending me bowls of her soup in Iceland. That's what she had for breakfast. Do you think Hammer know what my sister's been eating for breakfast? No. I know more than Hammer, and this is why I'm superior. So, all right, let's see what we think about the position. White has, so white is still down the pawn from sacking this pawn, but black has 3 isolated pawn, and they're all on 1 file, so these 3 pawns are barely even worth 1 pawn. It's very difficult to advance them, and it's holding back black's pieces. This pawn, eventually we can get back. We have an open file here, Dina's favorite. Whoever can occupy first is going to get a huge advantage, which I think white's plan probably is first to target these pawns and then bring out the rook eventually when the time's right. But this will be a fight for the file. Let's see what other plans white would have. It seems like the goal for the opening is to control the 4 center squares. And white can easily do that, whereas black has nothing. Also, white's bishop looks way better than black's. If we look at the mobility of this bishop, whereas this dark squared bishop only has 2 squares to go to, and there's not, even once you get there, it's not going to take you anywhere else, and it's very difficult for black to open up. So overall, I like the development and the center on white's side a lot more, but what should be afraid of? This isn't the current position, dude. Oh, cool. She played the best move. Look, the cool thing about live content is you can just pretend it all happened in real time. Alex just played Queen A4, the best move, targeting this weak pawn. Her opponent pushes C5, which chess.com gives us a question mark. So we also ask why. Yep, okay, I'm going to take a break now. That was good chat. I think that was good chess for today. Why? Okay, I'm kidding. Okay, so, all right. No, actually, though, why did he just sack? He just sacked a pawn. No offense, but if this guy's a master, maybe I should move to Europe and I can get some titles under my belt. I leave. Shows up 15 minutes late, does 5 minutes, and leaves. You know who's supposed to join me today? Gotham Chess was supposed to join me, and then he bailed on me. I'm going to send him a message. You know what? For all of today, oh my God, my dad messaged me and said, I'm giving away your Tesla because you are so late. Everyone just bailed on me today. All I have is you, and all you have is me. So that's the way the word works. Andrea, did you go to Harvard? I'm wearing this shirt ironically because Harvard rejected me 3 years in a row, but I thought it would match the caliber of my top tier commentary, so I thought it was a good day to wear the Harvard shirt. All right, so let's see what the opponent should have played. I guess the idea actually for black is if they would have played a developing move like, okay, I hope everything doesn't go to shambles when I make a move. Okay, it's working. Like knight b6 to attack the queen. I believe that if we take, it's actually not that eventful not that much of an advantage for white, because after rook b8, now black has a lot of threats and they're going to be able to develop this bishop. So giving away this pawn is actually a benefit for black. They're going to be losing one of these 2 pawns, and they would rather give this one that's less advanced that also can help activate their pieces. So what black should have done is they actually should have been like, I don't care that you're attacking my pawn. I'm not going to do anything about it. But instead he pushed. This is just a free pawn, but not just this pawn. This is also a free pawn. So now Alex has to decide which one to take, but she already made her decision. She took the pawn on c5. Would have been interesting to see queen takes c4, because then I feel like her queen would have been in a better square to attack. But we would have been giving away our center. So I'm curious. Yeah, this is a little slightly more advanced line, because now we can't just put our queen on open fire. You have to develop the bishop, but you'd get it back and your queen is a little more centered. However, her move is still pretty good. Okay, and her opponent plays queen f6. Let's see queen f6. He's attacking the rook, which I'm curious. Queen a6 was the second to best move. They don't have a lot of ways that they can connect their rooks and connect black's pieces together. But in my opinion, okay. So white cannot play rook b1, because then we walk into a juicy fork. So at first I thought, why would black play this? This is going to help white. But we can't move the rook, so now Alex has to decide, oh, no, that is the only move. That's the only option. We're just going to walk. Wait, is this not a good fork? Eval Bar does not like my fork. Oh! Ha! Okay, look, I didn't have enough coffee. Okay, chat, quiz time. Why is this not a juicy fork? This was a trick question and you failed! Go back to high school. Okay, so the knight, there's a rook hanging on the board. We slightly missed the rook. So there's a little rook hanging, so this fork is not a threat. So rook b1 is just the best move, and it's what she should do. But she is thinking. What are the other options that she could play in this position? I mean, the truth is, you don't want to defend the rook and develop your bishop, because then black is going to get the momentum. I'm going to play like a silly move. That could be natural. Yes, okay, thank God my intuition's right. Bishop d2, just connecting the rooks. Then black starts getting momentum with this c pawn because Alex chose to take this pawn on c5 and not this c4 pawn. If this pawn advances and it's properly defended, it could become a huge threat in the future. So it's still a threat in this position, but I wonder if there's a little less momentum, so it feels like we could. Oh, this is not good. Okay, all right, let's see if we can solve it. No looking at the eval bar. No looking at the eval bar. Why is this a losing position? I'm not gonna lie. I actually looked at the eval bar, so I'm gonna share. Yeah, queen c6 just wins right away. And so there's no way that black can defend this rook. There's nowhere this bishop can go. The rook can't go. He's trapped. So white just wins on the spot. So this juicy pawn, the attack might come later, but this rook move is so nice because it takes away the last square that the black rook can go to. Yeah, rook b1 is actually very dangerous, which I wonder why she didn't play it so fast. Oh, she did. Nice. She played rook b1. Wait! No, this is not the game. Because I was going to be like, wait, where is the game? Am I even... Does anyone... I don't even know if... How do you go back? Hey, Vila, are you here? No one's here! Okay, I'm going to hit refresh. Vila, I lost the game. Do you know where... Is this... This is not... Do you know how I follow the game? Oh, you can just refresh? Okay, I'm just gonna refresh. Okay. We didn't miss anything. We didn't miss anything. We're good. Everything's fine. I wish I could watch my sister, but she's sideways on my only other monitor. So if I want to look at my lovely sister, I have to turn my head. I think looks like she's still thinking about birds. That's my analysis. Oh! She's ready. Might make a move. Might hit him with a 1-2. We don't know. Anything could happen. Just kidding. We're playing chess. Yeah, she looks like she's thinking. She looks very tense. All right. Oh, it's Anna Kremling behind her. Okay. So, I'm very curious why Alex is taking her time here. Luckily, I mean, she's pretty close on the clock. Time control is nothing to worry about now. I'm not behind. I am on the live board, so that's impossible. But she really has no other move than rook b1 that she should be giving consideration to because, like I said earlier, this is going to be a fight for the open file, and whoever can occupy it first should take it right away. So, I don't know what else she could be thinking about. Must be birds. The next board is done and the player is just walking outside in the cold. That looks nice. I miss my Nordic region. I would love to be walking in Iceland outside, even if it's cold. It looks refreshing. If you swap to the analysis tab, you can move things around and then swap back to the moves. Okay. No. Oh, this is not it's okay. Oh. Wait. Hey, Vila. Oh, wait. The analysis board doesn't work, actually. It's okay. Why is bishop to e3 not good? Bishop to e3... Let's see. Can you even take this bishop? Oh, okay. Simple. So the first thing I was considering, obviously, is there any counterattack if we were to take the bishop right away? Because if you take the rook, I would take your rook. But... you just take, attacking the queen, and even though it looks like you have a bad pawn structure, this position is crushing. Whoa. Like, absolutely crushing. How is this completely winning? Oh, my God. I'm so slow. I've missed this rook 2 times in a row. God. Okay. Look, chat. I've only been boxing for the last 2 weeks. I've been living like a monk. All I do is I wake up, and I box, and I eat my protein and veggies, and I go to bed. Sometimes I sit in a tub of salt and in complete darkness. And that's kind of what I do. So it's been a long time since I've chessed. But right, this is a double attack. Okay, so that's why he doesn't take. But the actual best move is they just take the file right away. And now if white tries to take it with rook b1, I'm assuming... Oh, wow. some juicy forks. Now our juicy fork works because we've gotten rid of the threat on A8, and now the knight can come fork here because we're no longer hanging a piece. Wow. So actually, if black gets this file first, there's no way, in this position at least, that white can get it back. It'll take a little bit of time. So Alex needs to play rook b1 right now. The file is very important. That is the one thing I remember from my lessons with Dina. And she does it! She played rook b1. Very nice. Good. It would, yeah, I would like, we do have a Dina cam. Hey, Vila? Hey, Vila? Vila? He's not here. Do you know how to swap to Dina's board, or do we copy pasta, put in, is it, and also, is there any way to watch this in analysis so that I can, swap between them?
Yeah, you can just go to
what?
analysis.
Levy's streaming? Wait. Oh, he said he had to do something. Wait. What is he doing? I would just like to know why he ditched us. Oh, he's doing commentary on Magnus games. Oh, I see how it is. Yeah, fake friends. Thought it was bros before. Not gonna say this word because today's sponsored by Coinbase. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go commentate because Magnus is way cooler than Alex. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. But guess what? Maybe Magnus will be a guest at the chess house. And you know who won't be a guest at the chess house anymore? Gotham. Uninvited. Unfollowed, unsubbed, and uninvited. Sisters before misters. Okay. Let's, oh yeah.
So,
for the Dina board.
So we can just switch to Dina's game and we have Dina's game.
So we just go, oh, that's too complicated. So you have to hit back and then start a new tab. There's no way I could, will it log me out if I just have 2 tabs?
No, you can just switch in between like Dina's and Alex's game if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that later. I think I got it. Yeah. Oh, wait, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem with Dina's scam is that like Alex's is vertical, hers horizontal. So I had to like have 2 scenes because like.
Oh, okay. Wait, there's a Dina scene?
They
Why were you downloading Sapnap's Instagram? What is this?
No, it's your Instagram reel.
Oh, never mind. Still doesn't know. Okay. All right, chat. Let's do a little peep on Dina. Ready? So this, and then where's the Dina one?
There is no Dina cam.
Okay, so make another one.
Yeah, duplicate, and then you'll need to rotate the Dina cam.
Rotate. Yes. Okay. Rotating. We are rotating. Don't worry, chat. I know how to do that. I've only been... Oh, you know what? This is fine. Wait. This is great. This is good. It's perfect. You know what? Some people think, wow, this is scuffed. She's been streaming for years. She doesn't know. But life is all about finding new angles to look through and live through. And I prefer looking from this angle. It's okay, chat. You're not missing that much. She's just thinking. Okay, fine. I'm going to fix it. Okay, hang on. I think my sister taught me this trick. Let's see if I remember anything she taught me. She's been gone for some long time now. Wait. Bam. Wait, I think we're still facing the wrong way. Yeah, no, wait, hang on. Almost there. No, I got it, Vila. I know what I'm doing. Don't worry. I know. It might look like I don't, but it's just a ploy for the camera. Okay. Bam! We did it. Pro streamers. All right. Here's Miss Dina. This is my chess coach and my second sister. So she is playing a 20. Dina has been like destroying these noobs in this tournament. I wonder, is there a scoreboard on this? Probably not. Honestly, this game is too high level for me to analyze. Everything looks like pain and suffering. Everything's blocked. Whenever I look at high level chess, it just okay. Yeah, they're not noobs. It just stresses me out because they play everything so slowly. They're like snakes. They close the position and it looks really drawish and you kind of don't understand for 30, 40 moves. And then like 40 moves later, you're like, that's why they did that. Dina's GM hunting. She has a 2450 performance rating. Wow. Okay, but let's give our, let's see. So she played a Karo Kan. I think she was supposed to teach me this, actually. Maybe after her tournament. And she blocked the center. You know, this position, actually, this opening looks kind of comfortable for white. Like, I could see myself. These double pawns is what scare me, but I know that Dina knows what she's doing. I would have preferred to take the queen, but I guess she prefers controlling the center. Normal developing moves. You need to put this knight somewhere. The knight is developed to e7 and f5 because it can't go to f6 because of this advanced pawn. However, Dina has a little space, but it could become a weakness if black can break it down properly and attack the d4 pawn. So black puts his knight in the only best square that's possible. Dina continues developing. And he's going for h5. He's going for a kingside attack. So he is committed. He's committed to not castling on the king side. Maybe on the queen side. And he's saying, okay, you got the space, but I'm going to try to punish you by attacking your king early on in the game. Not sure if it's going to work out for him or not, but you know. It's what happens when you commit to things. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. That's life, and you get your heart broken. Then Dina brought her knight back, and you might ask, why? But this is a popular thing that those GMs like to do. They like to bring their pieces back, because then they can reroute them somewhere better. So Dina wants to bring her knight in to defend her king, so maybe coming to this F square, maybe even trying to provoke this knight. If black has to push h4, it would prevent it. But maybe she wants to trade off this knight because it is a pretty strong knight. Oh, another idea. She also just wants to defend this pawn so that she can use this knight later. He develops. She develops. He's going on both sides. Wow. This is bold. The man does not want to castle. The cool thing about high-level chess is it's pretty much just relearning all your chess principles. When you're learning chess, you want to bring your pieces advance and you want to castle first thing. But then when you're really, really good, you can just say, screw the rules. I'm going to do whatever I want because I'm a grandmaster. I don't think that's what they say, but I guess he just doesn't care about castling on either. He just wants to get the attack. And then she played knight e1. So yes, her knight e2 plan was trying to defend this pawn to try to reroute this knight, which I'm curious. Obviously, this knight, the issue with this king setup is there's no defender of the g2 pawn, and this is probably where black is eyeballing. Once they get here, maybe they have eventually can get their queen on this file, or even the rook with the lift, but there's so many pieces. But she's really bringing her pieces back, but I don't know where else she would take this knight. To c2, it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm very curious to see what we're going to learn from the GM game. Let's go back in on Alex. Bam, bam, and bang. Flawless. Wait. I'm confused. I'm always confused. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, why is Alex facing, oh boy, the wrong, okay, that's fine. It's fine. Here we go again. Come on, guys. Live on the edge a little. Let's do a little bit of sideways spectating. What do you think? So she's not there. So we're going to watch him from a new lens to experience life and to learn things. He chose orange to wear orange today. That's because it's his favorite color, and he thinks that his mood for the day is going to be energetic and positivity, and that's why he wore orange. However, he doesn't know. Wait, this is Dina's game? Oh, I see now. Okay, you're right. This is not, so hang on. We're getting there. Hey, Vila? How do you switch cams on the Zooms?
Just right-click Alex cam and pin it.
pin it.
Yeah, and like when you switch between Dina's
Oh, you remove.
you can just replace pin. Yeah. And then when you switch Dina camps, you can replace pin to Dina's camp. So it's always fixed in the middle.
It's gone again. Where is it going? I don't know. Oh, found it. Ah, there she is, my queen. All right, this chess is more exciting this way, you know, when you have to fight to watch the game. These days, everything comes too easy. You get to stroll in, you just lurk around and watch. No, you gotta work to watch. Okay, so she put on her jacket. She's getting a little chilly. He looks a little bit stressed. Let's see what he's calculating. So her last move was rook b1. So time to assess the position as if we were in his shoes. We were playing the black pieces. He's been thinking like 10 minutes. Well, it ain't a simple position. This rook is kind of dead. So black needs to make a plan to develop his pieces because this bishop can't go anywhere. And this is probably why a5 is the best move because the only good square that we could use for our bishop is a6. So let's play this. Let's see if computer agrees. Let's say bishop, white has a really good tempo move here, but let's just say we were playing something slowly, even though they don't really have any other good slow moves, so they kind of have to do that. Let's say I wonder if, yeah, here just gives c3 with the tempo. This is actually a very tricky position. I'm just going to make a silly move just to make sure that we're on the right. Okay, this is the correct plan for black. Bishop a6, and now black has solved most of their problems. Their rooks are connected so they can come use this file. And this pawn is defended. White doesn't want to take here because then the queen will be getting pinned and black will... Oop, he made a move. Let's see. He played queen g6. This is not good for black. Alex is in the lead. Okay, so now the question is why? That's the word of the day, why? Well, I think white's plan regardless was to develop this bishop to b2 because she has both of these snipers taking care of the diagonals, which is actually beautiful. So black just kind of helped white do her plan anyways. She wanted to put the bishop on b2. She wanted to develop it. She wanted to defend this rook. So now black just literally helped her make her move. But is there something else? Also, yeah, now black has lost control of this. I guess another thing is this bishop move was probably coming anyways. Let's say if black would have pushed a5, bishop b2. But here, now black could have played something like c3 because the pawn was helping defend this passer. Whereas if you remove the defender, it's still defended once, so you can't win the pawn. But now black has lost the potential of c3, which makes this just a weak pawn because you're not going to be able to advance it. Now this is more of a liability, like me. All right. Why she cannot attack with queen? Sorry, what? Let's see. After bishop b2, there is things white needs to think about. Like now we're allowing rook b8, which we have to be careful because now this bishop always has to defend this juicy fork as well. But white's just winning a pawn. Yeah, no, it's just a free pawn. So black is going to need to defend this guy. Bishop b2 is Alex's most forcing move and the most natural move. So now black has to defend here. Let's see. He could push anyways. It's not defended by the queen, but right, he could still push. Bishop a1, we don't want to go back, not only because we lose the rook, but also we want to keep this bishop on this diagonal, and we want to keep the pressure on the pawn. But still, it's just not as strong, and you don't really feel like black can bring in the queen to defend it. So the only piece defending this pawn is this knight, which is a super easy target. So let's say, what would black play? Rook d8, taking one of the open files. Since they can't take this one, they want to activate their pieces somehow. And then let's say that white starts attacking this pawn. Let's see how black could defend. Rook, well, I don't even think they have any way to defend, honestly. Yeah, but now the pawn is just lost. This is why this is almost +2 for white. Which I'm curious. I guess, you know, if it was hammer, he loves his bishops, maybe he'd be like, it's not worth giving the bishop. But I think in all cases, white should be giving the bishop for this pawn. Because you are losing the bishop here, let's just make a move for black. But this knight was also a super... Oh, the knight can't take the pawn. I literally forgot about this rook 3 times in a row. They can't even take back. This is just a killer position for white. Like, this is... Not to jinx it, but easily winning. That's my 2000 analysis. Okay, let's hit the good old refresh button and see if we missed anything. Okay, Alex has not played, but this plan with putting pressure, well, yeah, if he doesn't push the pawn, then your pawn is hanging and you don't have any way to defend it. So this pawn is ours. Let's see what Alex is going to play here. Yeah, I think she's still thinking about birds. I don't see anything else. Why not queen c6? Ah, okay. Chad has been asking about the queen moves. I think this is the one. Queen c6, a counterattack to attack the rook, so that if they take our rook, we can take theirs. Queen takes, queen takes. Ooh, wow. Well, you're not losing the queen yet, but this is a good lesson about piece activity. Let's say even if this worked and the queen wasn't getting trapped, right? So we're trading. Let's look at the rook that we're giving. We're giving a rook on the open file that's very strong for a rook that literally is trapped. It's like a bird in Alex's sight. It can't go anywhere, has nothing to do, and it's doomed. And the rook can't go anywhere, so we really don't even want to take this. This rook is more like a burden for black. Bishop b2. She played bishop b2? No. So this was one of Chat's moves. And then also another problem you have on your hands is this queen, because of this pawn structure and because black can easily block it off, is going to be super duper misplaced. Right, you win a pawn, but now your queen is also trapped. So if we went for the counterattack, you would lose one of your most active pieces, your rooks, and you would put your queen in a really bad position. Whereas black's queen has this diagonal, has this file, so even if you choose to attack it, it has like really easy squares. It just comes back to b5. Comes back to b5 and focuses on trapping this queen with this threat. Okay, so we're still in this position. Rook a8 wins the queen. Rook a8. You mean queen a8? Oh, yeah, in that position. Right. Oh, yeah, it's just a free queen. Yeah. Well, look, Dad, I was conceptually explaining things. I wasn't looking for moves. But yes, as Papa Botez pointed out, this is a Botez gambit. But he's not going to walk in. I mean, yeah, no, neither is going to walk into that. Maybe Chat would, maybe I would, but they wouldn't. They're better than this. Where's my jug? I've done enough talking. Taking a break. Where's Hammer? Where's Gotham? They're all gone. Honestly, kind of just want to, out of pettiness. Well, okay, there's no way I'm waking up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. But just, we need a, I don't know who's commentating tomorrow. But could just do another Andrea commentary, since you guys like it so much. Is this future Andrea or present? One may never know. Someone asked, why is queen takes a4 not the best move? That's a good question. Wait, I'm pretty sure, wait. Sorry, this is the position. Sorry, there you go, that's why. But it will be if they don't push the pawn after we develop the rook. But we are under attack right now. Oh, is Anna Rudolph doing the commentary tomorrow? I could dethrone her, and you guys could be stuck with me. How's the boxing? I can help with the commentary tomorrow at 4 a.m.? Papa Botez, do you want it? Well, does help, I mean, it's kind of a... Look, Dad, I know I make it look super easy, and everything looks really seamless when I stream, but streaming is actually really hard, and there's a lot of technology to set up, Dad. I don't know if you have what it takes to be a pro streamer like me. Maybe if I gave you like a couple lessons in how to stream and how to work Zoom and OBS, but I don't think you're ready because it's a big responsibility, and it takes a certain type of person to be able to flawlessly run a stream, be on time, give the best, most accurate chess. It's really hard. That's why not everyone's a chess streamer, Dad, you know? But look, Dad, if you want, I could walk you through it. We can make it work. Papa Botez is coming to the fight. Sounds like the impossible dream. But no, Dad, seriously. I mean, I don't... Honestly, look. Okay, I don't know if I could wake up. I can't wake up at 4 a.m. Well, no, there's literally no way. But I could join you like 2 hours later. What? Oh my God, 4 a.m.? That's insane. What time is my boxing? My boxing is super early. Okay, we'll talk to Papa Botez. I'm talking to my dad in chat. That's why, you weirdo Evan Ling. Use your prime, at least. That's the least you could do after that, okay? Yeah, there's no shot I'm waking up at 3 a.m. Well, maybe if I wasn't in camp, I would, and if I could nap. You can help 4 to 7. We could do a family shift. Papa Botez could take the 4 to 7, and then I could do a 7. I'll be even crankier than I was this morning, chat, if you think this was bad. Hey, Prime! Get people into using their Prime. Let's go. Speaking of business. Oh, wait, hang on. No, it's fine. I should have this memorized. It's been a year. Today, wait. Hey, Vila? Hey, Vila? Vila? Okay, Vila's gone. Okay, wait, do you have my video? Do you know where the video went?
I mean, it's somewhere. I can send you it on Dropbox right now if you want.
No, it's fine. I'm a big girl. I don't need the video. It's fine. It's fine. I will do it in real time. Not that video. Hey, thanks for using the primes. Today is sponsored by Coinbase. Thank you, Coinbase, for supporting my sister and I's journey. Things like sponsors like Coinbase help us do big trips like going to tournaments and getting the super high production commentary because these commentators are really expensive and they're really hard to find really talented commentators. So without Coinbase, we couldn't afford them. But on Coinbase, you can store and learn and trade cryptocurrency. Powered by Coinbase. We are farmers. Dun, 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 dun. I added the theme song. That's not theirs. Please don't sue me. I just felt like it was a nice touch. Okay. I have a video, but you guys are lucky. Can you zoom out on Alex's game so we can see the opponent body posture? Yeah, Dad. He's not there. But sure. That's a good note, Dad. All right. Wow. Yeah, no one's really moved in the last 30 minutes. That's their theme song. No, it's not. Okay, I'm actually very curious. I just realized there's been a green line at the top. But, I actually appreciate that chat stopped complaining. Because, look, we don't need to see. We know Alex's last name. We don't need to see all of that. All right, I think I'm getting the hang of this. I think Harvard should, accept me or something. I think I'm pretty good at this. I could do this full time. Should I just go into my commentating? Okay. What else could Alex be thinking about? Someone said bishop f4. I mean, the only move she should be thinking about is bishop e2. And we already looked. I mean, I would trust that our instinct knows this move is not good. Maybe not pushing in the center. I'm trying to think. Because, yeah, pushing in the center will walk into the fork. So I'm curious why she's taking so much time. Queen b4. I mean, b5. Maybe defending the queen with the rook. I just feel like this is such a natural move. Because here, why is bishop, maybe she's debating between bishop d2 and bishop b2. Which I'm curious why c3 doesn't work. Wait, it's the same thing actually. I don't think they're that different. Let's see. Is one significantly worse? Yeah, no, I mean, black would play the same thing. But I guess in this scenario, we don't have... Oh, is our tactic not working? I think we had some trick. I'm trying to remember. Okay, hang on. I'm putting my brain to the test. And it failed. There was a cool line in this position. Oh, aha! She made a move? Did she play bishop b2? Okay. Well, I want to explain this first really fast. So, in this move, this c3 pawn push can happen after both bishop moves. But if we come to b2, then this is the only way that white can continue the pressure on this pawn because we're going to win this pawn eventually and keep this diagonal. So this bishop's going to be super strong here. Whereas if it came to d2, once you push, you don't have a good square to go with your bishop, right? You can't go here because you're going to disconnect your rooks. You have to go bishop f4, and right, you have some targets, but the bishop should be on this diagonal. And she played it. Nice. She made the bishop e2. But yeah, that was a slight difference. This is actually good. I'm learning too. Queen c5, queen takes b1, queen takes a8, pawn takes pawn. I think black gets past. Are we still talking about the queen's? Oh no, we're talking about the queen c5 line. Okay. Do I need to turn my mic down? I can turn it down a little bit. How much is the timer? I'm not going to read the time because everyone gave me a lot of shit for not having the clocks on the board, and now they're there. And now what? Now you need me to read you the time? What? You need me to put your food in your mouth? I put it on there for a reason. There you go. Oh, now it's nice. Okay, sorry. I keep, All right, chat. Can everyone share? I'm going to untilt. Can everyone share something positive? Maybe something that you learned. Maybe something that you enjoyed this week. Maybe something you're looking forward to. Because I have had no life for the last 2 weeks because I've been boxing camp. So I can live vicariously through your guys' awesome life experience. I learned I don't know anything about chess. Well, that's why we're all here today. And guess what? By the end of today's stream, you still might not know anything about chess. We enjoyed Hammer. No, I'm good. You know what? I'm actually glad that we took away Hammer's commentary because you need to treasure those things in life and realize that they don't come easy and you're not going to get them all the time. So, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And that's going to be the last time. Just kidding. Oh my god, when I was little, I haven't had a Dairy Queen Blizzard in like years. That is an experience in its all. Because then you have to spend a couple hours in the bathroom. You lifted 50 kilograms bench press. Ever since I've been in my boxing arc, it's been cool because now can talk to the fitness fans and, not to brag anything, but I'm looking pretty lean. I feel like, I'm one who understands. An abandoned swimming pool. Last time I went to an abandoned place, I got a trespassing record. So be careful, because even though you think it's abandoned, you never know if the bank might own it, and then you're 15, and then the police calls you and say, okay, what else? Oh my god, I've been on a very strict boxing diet. I'm at my lowest weight in my entire life, but I want to do a whole video about this. Aw, you got accepted to 3 grad schools, 1 is UC. That's awesome. Sorry, I'm going to turn down my mic. I'm not loud, the mic's just bad. Congratulations. That's actually really exciting. But yeah, I've cut a lot of weight. I've been eating the healthiest ever, and I'm someone who, you could say I was skinny before this, but I had a lot of issues with eating, just mindset with food, a lot of binge eating and emotional eating. And I feel like since this cutting diet, I've learned kind of how to control things, and I feel so much better. Well, not when I'm malding in the mornings, but typically I'd say I'm more in tune with my body, so I feel very good about it, and I don't have to really cut that much weight to meet Michelle's weight anymore. But it took me a long time. Frank versus Orbital Racer. What is that? Is this chess? I don't even know what you're talking about. What's my sister doing? All right, I don't think we missed anything. We are fighting Michelle. My fight is in 10. You cannot be at lowest weight in your life, you baby. Okay, Dad, you know what I mean. In the last couple years that I've been an adult, that I've been at a weight that doesn't change, I'm in the best. Okay, yeah, you get what I mean. Yeah, I'm freaking worried about Michelle. I'm actually on a call with her because I'm a little bit suspicious. I was looking on our Reddit, and chat was sharing some interesting clips. And one of them was Michelle's tweet from a year ago. And it said, week 12 in boxing camp. And when we agreed to fight each other, I was like, hey, Michelle, just so you know, I'm really new to boxing. I've only boxed for a couple weeks in my life. And she's like, me too. We're both big beginners and never boxed before. I'm like, this is perfect. And then all of a sudden, clips are popping up of her boxing even 4 years ago, training with an Olympic boxer. 1 year ago, doing a whole fight camp. So I'm actually going to ask her about this because I don't think I trust her. I don't think she would sandbag me. That would be really messed up. But it's too late. But I thought that we had equal weeks of experience, which was not very many weeks. And now I'm a little nervous because it kind of looks like she's been boxing for years. So, yes, but luckily I am sparring with people who are really, really good. So even if she's fighting at their caliber, literally, I've been getting beat up, but it's good. I may have been hustled. I don't know. We will find out. Well, we'll see. We have 10 days. 10 days till you guys will see. Look, chat, instead of asking me if Gotham canceled me, you can go and spam in his chat and guilt him. And be like, well, actually, Alex is going to win regardless. Maybe we're the lucky charm. Why is your sister taking so long? Welcome to classical chess. In these moments, typically, you are able to run through all your internal thoughts in your head because you have plenty of time. This is typically when I sit at the board and then my ADHD brain wanders off and I start thinking about what I want to do Saturday night and what I want to make for breakfast the next day and why I didn't get accepted into college. But a true chess player right now, what they're doing, they're not doing that. They're not getting distracted. They're calculating a bunch of different lines. But this is kind of when I would zone out at the board because I'm ADHD and I cannot think. But this is how classical chess works. So what do we think her opponent is thinking about? Let's see. Honestly, well, I would also be stumped if I was him. Alex made her move. It's been his turn, and his pawn is hanging. He made a kind of silly move with his queen. He should have kept the plan of c3 open. And now if he pushes c3, this just kind of helps. This is literally helping white because not only are we going to get this piece, this pawn, but now you've helped our bishop, and you waste moves to help us develop our piece. So you should probably just let us take it with the queen and try to develop his other pieces. C3 is his only move, which even c3 is not good. Like, what other options do we have? Let's say black maybe pushed a5 to try to develop this bishop, right? This could be a potential plan. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm going to try to wrap my head around this one. So e4, white gets the tempo, attacking the knight. The knight can't go to any of these squares. The knight only has 1 or 2 squares. Here and here. Here we have the pressure with the bishop. So let's say he knight e7 because he doesn't want to have to worry about ruining his pawns later. And I'm thinking, would we want to take the pawn? Computer would keep the tempo. I mean, white has the center, and this pawn is not really blocking your bishop because we could push it anyway. Like, this is a crazy position. This is a computer line. I'm going to go over it and think what a human would play, but this would be attacking the pawn. Say you try to defend. I'm guessing we finally take this pawn. You don't even care to take yet. I guess white just has so much space. White can do whatever they want. Okay, this is the best line. I'm going to try to explain it in my understanding of why computer is giving us moves like this. So, yes, this pawn is free and hanging, but white has so much momentum with these bishops and the center, and they can gain so much space. You can not only fix this isolated pawn on c7, which is going to be a super easy target. When your opponent has weak pawns, what you want to do is you want to keep them in the weak squares, and the best way to block a pawn is with another pawn. So that's why you would make a plan to push here. This knight is black's strongest piece. And guess what? It's gone. It's out of here. So you easily, even if he goes here, which actually crazy to me that the best move is giving the bishop, but that's because they can't take with the queen. There's so many tricks in this position. If you take with the queen, you get the pawn push and you're winning material. So you can't even go to f6 because now you have so many doubled pawns. You got these doubled pawns, you got these guys, you have an open file on your king. Now the e5 pawn is coming with tempo, like so much space and attack. And this is just what happens. Alex is in like the best position ever. She has an open position. She has the bishops. Black has weak pawns. She's winning pawns. This is just beautiful. Okay, I'm going to refresh. But we were looking. This is what happens if black doesn't take the only move that gives her momentum, which is pushing c3 and kicking away the bishop, which you're going to lose this pawn anyways. But hopefully this c3, well, not hopefully, we want Alex to win. But Mr. Cornelius, like Minx's cats, is probably thinking maybe this way he could keep his knight in the center or develop some pieces, which is why we play rook here. I'm curious now if we do something like e4. Whoa. Bishop d7. Oh, we got a tempo. Yeah, I see. Black is trying their best to develop their pieces. They're not the best squares, but at least they're getting them with an attack, so they're developing their bishop, connecting the rooks. Let's say we kick away the bishop. Oh my god, this is a crazy line. You could provoke c6 to make this room for the knight, or if they just move the queen, let's say they play something like queen c4, now we have to move this knight. Oh my god, okay, we're looking through the computer line. This line's getting kind of crazy. You would sack this pawn, queen takes, bishop c6. It's This is a crazy line. Sack the pawn? Wow. Wait, this is actually very... Okay, I think it's very unlikely that he finds this. But, so... In this line, like we just looked, white's goal is to attack this knight. So, e4 is actually not the best move anymore in this position because eventually you're going to get the c2 pawn with tempo and they can't take it. And I guess also here, the knight has other squares. Well, you know, you can't play here. It still only has the e7 square. But just by making one developing move, there's way more possibilities for black. So he needs to play c3. He needs to get the tempo. Okay. Let me refresh in case I missed anything. Am I frozen? Wait. Who's frozen? Who looks high? I don't even know what chat's talking about. I don't know if chat's roasting me. I don't know if chat's roasting my sister, her opponent. Forsen, question mark? Eric frozen? Alex looks calm and collected. She raised her eyebrows. That's how you know she was thinking about birds again. She raises her eyebrows when she starts getting hungry. I wish you would give us something. A smile to the camera. Even a little wink. Come on, sister. Talk to me. Oh, took a little looky. He's like, someone farted. Who was that? I'm just kidding. I think they're just, someone made a noise. Like, there's just not a lot that happens in the chess arena. You thought the guy heard you? I mean, I do think she feels confident. I don't think she's, unless she's trying to pull a Hikaru right now, I think she's pretty comfortable. I mean, this is a great position. She has the momentum. She has open bishop. She has the center. Her opponent is going to be down a pawn. But maybe she's thinking chess moves in her head, looking at the ceiling. But I think she's just relaxing, taking the breather, letting her opponent think. Obviously, if you want to be on at all times, you're even calculating on your opponent's turn. But you have to give your brain little breaks. I don't even control the ads, and that's not true. Cryptic Hammer gave you the same amount of ads. Which, if you complain one more time, I'm going to do another Coinbase read. Is this... Wait. Can you talk more about soup? Okay, chat. You can ask any questions. Chess questions, positional questions, or anything else. Who is winning? Well, even when you're playing... Actually... At such a high level, +2 is considered winning. 2 pawns when you're 2,000 and above is considered winning. So maybe if, like, you know, 1,500, 1,600 below, it's still likely you could swindle. But I would say my sister is winning. Okay. Yeah, where's the Botez? Oh, he made a move. Let's see. Oh, it's not on the board yet. Don't know yet. He pushed a5. Okay, so he played the second best move. So it was a really difficult concept for black to see. I didn't even see it. I was just looking through the eval line because you know what, AI is going to take over the world anyway, so we might as well recognize that they gave us the best lines. So the only thing he could have done to get a little bit of attack in his position was to push c3 because white has the same plan to attack this knight, but at least in this position he could have gotten one more move c2 because then they can't take this pawn. And by doing this, it would have also given them time to play this rook. So they could have played the rook move first. Now that he pushed a5 first, now white doesn't even need to take this pawn right away. We just get rid of this c3 threat right away by kicking away the knight. And I'm trying to think, all right, what could be Alex's reasons that she's maybe not, what's the word? Whatever. I don't know what the word was, but she's thinking over this move, let's say. Knight e7 doesn't look like it created weaknesses. So every time you push a pawn, you want to see what weaknesses have you opened up. So it's no longer defending the d3 square, which could be worrying if black controlled this file and if this pawn was defended. But there's not really any way that black could occupy this square, whereas this other one's defended. So we wouldn't be too worried about that. And now there's just so many good moves. f4, beautiful, just controlling the center. Because how is white ever going to defend this? Maybe like, let's say they pushed let's say they played bishop a6 to defend the pawn. I don't think we even care because you don't want to use a bishop to defend the pawn. And this pawn is actually preventing this bishop. So the only thing we need to watch out for is a double attack here where you would push the pawn, attacking the rook and the bishop. So you know what you do? We put our bishop in the center. This is another backwards and isolated pawn, even weaker than this guy. So white just starts attacking these pawn chains. Let's say c6. Bishop d6. This is beautiful. I mean, white could even prioritize piece development over taking this pawn. New move on the board. Okay. She played rook fe1. Interesting. So rook fe1 looks like she's trying to prepare this pawn move, but the pawn move didn't need any preparation. She's still in a very good position. But she could have just went with this right away because we don't necessarily need this rook to defend this pawn. Maybe we want the rook on the semi-open file, but moves like this, activating your pieces, always good, especially if your opponent can't do much to progress. Let's say if he pushed c3 right now, bishop a1, I think we would still do this e4 line. Oh, wow, e4 is no longer good anymore. Wait, why is... Oh, because... Right, wait, sorry, it's black's move, that's why. Duh. f5, f6... Wow, this is kind of... Let's just play a natural move for black. What could he do? Well, we know this is coming to attack our knight. Do we even have any moves? Like, black's best move is f5, which just looks so ugly. Maybe a computer could play this, but this backwards pawn... I guess if you get e5, then maybe it's okay and it would prevent this. Wow. But let's say we played a natural move. Let's see if white could punish this knight. So now if we push d4, the knight has to go back. There's no tricks. You can still push c2, trying to put the queen on this diagonal. But I'm assuming that yeah, this isn't going to give black that much because the knight still has to move. Knight goes back. White got the pawn now. And where are you going to develop your pieces? I don't know where black's going to put this rook. I don't know where, maybe this bishop's going to come here. Rook bd1. Yeah, even this position is great. So Alex's plan of rook e1 to delay the pawn push is totally fine. I think she could have just done it right away, but still a great position. And sometimes it's good to do thinking moves, make your opponent think on their time, especially when they're getting, I wouldn't say he's under time pressure, but he's down like 10 minutes and she wants to keep that advantage. Might not seem a lot right now, but it will be a lot in the end. Okay, he played bishop a6. I think, is this, no, that's what we played. Let's see what, okay, he played what we were just looking at. Yeah, this is the only logical, can you recap the moves so far? I missed the beginning. I will catch you up right now. This looks like the only logical move for black because it's the only way to defend this pawn. Which, I'm curious, if we don't do that whole tricky line that we talked about and the knight just goes back, how is white going to gain? Oh, I think this is the plan where we also put pressure on this pawn. I mean, in this position, you actually take the knight because we have this discovery attack. So let's say the knight goes to e7 instead. Yeah, white, it's okay that black defended this pawn because we make another target, which is this pawn. You have crazy moves like queen d7. I think this is a fork, attacking both the knight and the pawn. Wow. Oh, this line's amazing. Yeah, the knight can't go anywhere. I mean, you could go there, but it's even worse. You're going to have to defend it with a queen. And then white gets this pawn, and now white actually has a passer. So black choosing to defend this pawn puts white in a huge advantage because we take an even better pawn because now we have a passer. There's nothing blocking pawn, but I don't think she did that. I don't think she did that. She played rook c1. Okay, white has lost a little bit of the advantage. Why rook c1? We don't want to give this rook... She was scared of c3. That must have been the reasoning. Which, if she looked... I thought she saw this plan. If she would have went for e4, then this is not a threat, right? Because we're attacking the knight right away, and now there's no defender of c3. But now white is kind of losing the momentum. Now, remember what we talked about. It's a war over this file. Everyone wants to control the file. Now that white's rook is no longer on b1, black can bring their rook. And now they're activating the rooks that before this guy's was like a little birdie trapped in Alex's corner, but now he's doing something, you know? There's potential where this pawn could push, is defending this bishop. Maybe we eventually even move this bishop by opening this diagonal. The rooks are working together now, whereas Alex's rooks, she put this rook on a closed file with 2 pawns, and this one to attack a pawn that's already defended by the bishop. So now the bishop has to come to a1 to defend against this threat. And does the move like e4 even work anymore? I don't think. Oh wait, it's black's turn. Let's see. Bishop b5. Now black starts unraveling their pieces, and this could get dangerous very quickly for Alex. The queen returns. You can even remove the rook. Now black is kind of the one pushing white away, even though white still has a slight advantage because of the bishop pair and because of the potential in the center. I think there was another move made. Let's see. I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, he played rook bc1. Yep, I mean rook fb8. He played the best move. I'm a little bit nervous. But I have no doubt in my sister. Raf Magic, that was the recap. You want to know the recap? We have one lovely chatter saying, hey, missed this beginning of the stream. Can you catch me in the game? Well, I accidentally slept past my alarm, and then my monitor was broken, so I streamed on one monitor, so I went live at 8:15. So I actually don't know what happened in the beginning, but guess what? It's just theory, and it doesn't really matter. This is the best part. So this is all you need. We all did. This is a team effort. None of us need the beginning of the game because we only care about the juicy part where the action happens. I did the math, chat. I drink at least 3 full gallons of water a day. If there was a tournament for Olympic water drinking, I think I would win. I think it's my newfound talent. That is the cap. Okay. Andrea, literal fire hydrant. Why are you not the tourney? I would have loved to go. It would have been really fun to have a sibling trip in Iceland, but I am doing 3-4 hours of boxing a day, preparing for a fight. Oh my god, you had kidney stones last month? I'm so sorry, that sounds miserable. There was a contest, and the winner... Okay. Are you serious? That's so sad. There was a water drinking contest, and the winner drowned. That's really sad, but at least you would die a winner with a legacy, you know? These days, people don't have anything to live for, something meaningful. At least he died with a... Just kidding, that's really sad. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. But okay, all right. Let's see, let's take a little look at Alex. This is actually the most critical part in the game because she could probably feel she's starting to lose momentum. And it's hard. I mean, she's playing against a higher-rated player by a lot. Is he a master? Does he have a title, Mr.? Should we do some research on Mr. Cornelius? I keep calling him Cornelius because that was Minx's cat's, but I'm sorry, his name is John Cornelius. However, I do like the name Cornelius, and it just flows off the tongue, so we're going to continue calling him Cornelius. He is a grandmaster! Oh boy. She's probably in her head a little bit, and I mean, this is a lot of a mental battle, you know, because you see ghost threats like this C3, and also against a high-rated player, it's hard to be like, wow, I, as white, have completely winning position, and you just need to attack. You need to push their pieces back. So she's trying to be extra cautious, but by being scared of just one ghost threat, then black out the momentum here. And now she's probably starting to feel the pressure because now she has to put her bishop back. She doesn't have the file anymore. The plan for white is not so simple, but... And then black's coming in with another attack, so she's going to have to reroute her pieces, but she will have time after that to start attacking. No, he's not. It says Grandmaster. Are you sure? Wait. Wait. It says GM right here. Oh, that's Simon. Who's Simon? Oh, I'm so confused. Who's Cornelius then? Who's Alex's opponent? I thought Alex was playing Cornelius. I know who Ginger GM is. Okay, her opponent is not a Grandmaster. He is just named John. That's all you need to know. Yes, I lied. I tricked you. Gotcha. Always want to keep you on your toes. All right, let's peep in on Dina. Ready, guys? Everything's gonna be swift. Bang and wait. Hang on. Don't worry. It's gonna be perfect. I'm a pro streamer. I do this for a living. I've practiced all my life for this moment. Bam. All right, that's not Dina. Wait. Bam. There we go. There she is. Yes, I know. I do this every day. It's pretty hard, pretty cool. I know, not to brag or anything. Wow, they both look very tense. So let's see. We haven't been following Dina's game as intentively, but I remember last time we looked, we were talking about how because black has not castled and they're attacking on both sides of the board, their plan is either to attack the king side or to attack the queen side, gain space, and it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Also, another thing we mentioned is because Dina pushed these center pawns really early in the game, and she got these doubled pawns, which right now are super strong, controlling all these squares. If black properly breaks it down, it's a huge advantage, and they just are able to get a lot of space for their pieces. So it looks like that's the plan that black was going. I remember last time we watched, Dina did this reroute. Honestly, I mean, it's hard in this position because the top moves, like, they're by a 0.01 difference, and this is like the third best move. I don't think this knight plan was necessary, but maybe this is a theme in this opening. Which makes sense, actually, that it's aligned because the queen is attacking this pawn, so is the knight. So she wants to defend both of these pawns without blocking this pawn. Maybe she wants to gain space over here. C5, and black continued the plan of breaking down. Bishop C3, the only way to defend the pawn, which I actually really like. And G6. G6, wanting to bring the bishop to the H6 square. This is a closed position, which... this is much more positional chess. Said a lot without saying anything, but that just means they're both slowly improving their pieces. But now white has a chance to open up, which now that black committed this pawn, if we can distract the bishop over here, it makes this pawn move kind of wasteful, and actually these dark squares kind of dark. And then you just replace the pawn. So I actually really like this for white. This is also the best line. Sorry, I can talk a little bit slower. I get a little excited. This is the first time that my chess is too advanced for chat, one could say. So let's see what other options she had in this position. You could allow black to take. Let's say she did something that doesn't do much, like A4. Do they want to take? Well, now I don't understand. The best move for black is knight b8. Like, come on. Oh, you're rerouting here. And then you just force this anyway. And what's the difference? I don't get it. Why is this better? I guess white just wasted a move because you're going to have to take this pawn anyways because the knight in this position is coming to attack. So you might as well just take right away and get this pawn in the center. But I actually really like her opening as white. I feel like I could see myself playing this one day. She is playing a grandmaster. Let's see if Alex made it. Alex. Oh, whoa. Okay, ready? Bang, bang. Every time. So we've got a couple moves in Alex's games. Well, we have one move. Whoa! She played bishop e5 instead of bishop a1. Actually. Okay, this is the second best move. Let's see what the difference is. On the surface, she looks calm and steady, ready to drop bombs. Wait, that's not the words. Mom spaghetti. However, even though she's getting the momentum here and she's attacking the pawn, might actually be disadvantaged. We might have wanted to keep the bishop on a1, but let's see. Let's see. Now, white probably still wants to play this bishop b5 move, kicking the queen, opening up the rook. This is such a natural move. It must be played. And this pawn is defended, and this is the plan we were looking at. Rook d8, making the queen move back and forth. Queen d2 makes sense because the queen only has those light squares, and you can't really use any of those squares this way. At least the queen's trying to get different squares to go. This is why this is not a good move. f6 just helps the opponent get tempo because I think if they could get one more pawn push, that would actually benefit them. Let's say they go back. They don't want to right away, but controlling the center here for black, they want to put pawns on this diagonal and block this bishop anyways. I don't think we want to push her just yet, but yeah, simple f6 move just kicks away the bishop. But I wouldn't say it's a make or break. I don't think he's moved yet. Thank you, Hindsight, for the tier 1. I'm curious what the difference is. Let's say that we went into this line and she played the proper move, bishop a1. The bishop comes here, comes here, comes here. Let's just go exactly into the same line. Oh, we don't need a queen d2 anymore. Why was queen d2 necessary? Let's just say we played it anyway. Here. Wow, f6 is a move black wants to play regardless. We just don't want to let white have that square. Bishop c6, queen d4, knight b4. Sorry, I'm trying to understand. Aww, it's Jason. Oh my god, that's so cool. The guy who subbed was someone I used to compete against. He was a master at the Portland Chess Club, and I used to always compete against him growing up in high school. And I remember, I think that was one of my best games where I beat a master, and I was so proud. It was my one win versus Jason, and then he beat me many, many other times, but. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, chat, if Hammer was here, he'd be able to explain why f6 is a plan for black. To be honest, maybe Jason can tell you. Jason, why? I don't even actually think, no, it still is the best move. I'm not quite sure, so let's just see what happens and go with the flow. Oh my god, queen g5. What a move. This guy really likes moving his queen unnecessarily, kind of like a Botez. Maybe we should adopt him. Like, this move does the same purpose, except you're not misplacing your queen. Now this queen is a little bit more of a target, much easier to attack, and it's also lost control of this diagonal, which is opening opportunities for black to bring the rook back to b1, for white to bring the rook to b1, for white to use this diagonal for the queen. So now, I mean, the bishop just sits much better on a1. The bishops are snipers. They don't need to be up close in the action to attack. They can sit far from the distance watching, and they keep all the pressure. So our bishop is very happy on a1. Let's see. What would be the plan here? Queen, maybe? I mean, yeah, right. Like, I'm trying to think potential plans that black wanted to bring his queen in. Queen d2, trying to put pressure here, but we can always attack it with the queen. Are we worried? I don't think he would not want to take this pawn, because then we have a ton of attack over here. So we would force a queen trade, and Alex is actually pretty solid at endgame, so I think if Alex traded queens, it would benefit her. But yeah, this queen doesn't want to come attack. This is a move, our queen's going to need a retreat anyway, because it's going to get attacked. So I don't really understand why he wants to activate his queen in this position. Let's see if there's any other things maybe we're missing. White also is going to get a tempo move like h4. Most of the time, you want to be very careful pushing, let's say they make a move like this. You want to be very careful when you're pushing the pawns in front of your king, because sometimes you create unnecessary weaknesses. But because white is so solid with these bishops, you can't use it. So white just gains space and makes a little bit of weakness to block black's pawns on this king side, which is honestly very nice. So I feel good for Alex that he played this queen g5. I think they made a move. Let's see. You played Alexander's opponent. Oh, Jason, you're playing in Iceland. Wow. Oh, so you have the lure on him. Jason, oh my gosh. Wait, Jason, actually we could pull up the result. That's pretty cool. And do you have any inside scoop? Can you give us, what his favorite food for breakfast is, or what you think his emotional weakness is? Maybe if you make really intense eye contact, you blow in his face a little bit. Did that get to him? Any inside tactics we should know about? Is there a note under the cup? Yes. I am a woman who never mauls and is always very sweet to my chat. So that's why my mug says always be kind. Because I'm just overall a good person who radiates kindness. Yeah, Jason, I love that. You got Discord? Look, chat. He ain't Hammer, but he's the next best thing. We've got a GM from the tournament who just played the enemy yesterday. Oh, good morning, Hammer. Oh, look who wanted to look who decided to show up. It's really funny you're here. I thought you were busy this morning. What are you doing? Everyone's all the grandmasters are starting to crawl from under the rocks, from the dirt, and just showing up. Just curious where you guys were here when I needed you, like an hour ago. No, Hammer is not allowed. Oh, is Hammer doing... he's doing commentary, I'm guessing. That's fair, that's fair. Save us, Hammer! Hammer can't help you. Jason, I need to get your Discord somehow, but... maybe if you're in the BotezSlavia. I have Discord, one second. Okay, but don't put in the chat because then a lot of random people will add you. Jason is a Grandmaster playing the tournament who just played Alex's opponent last time, so he's going to give us a little bit of information on her opponent. And he's very nice. We grew up competing against him, both my sister and I, in our hometown. Can we do a crowd fund for Hammer? Who is Hammer commentating? I would like to know. Whoa, is this a chess.com ad? Oh. What? Wait, I want to know what ad this is. Is this supposed to be a Young Magnus? I think that ad was supposed to be Young... Gotham's not even live! Wait, is Jason... Everybody's a GM to Andrea. Where's Gotham? Jason... Okay, Jason's not... Like, Jason's a master from Oregon. Look, everyone's a Grandmaster to me, okay? Gotham's not even doing commentary. Wait, let me see exactly what his reasoning was. You know what? I've had it. What? Let's see. Let's see what he said. They asked me to join Chessable Masters for an interview, the main broadcast. So he bailed for an interview. Interesting. I will remember this as I go into my boxing training, Gotham. Yeah, no, an interview seems really, really time consuming. Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. We wanted to see, is this where Hammer's commentating also? I wanted to see the Hammer commentary. Oh, we also have Anna's Cramling streams. Oh, that's cool. She has a GM commentator. How cool. Must be nice. Too bad. Yep, I'm just kidding. And that's a really nice stream setup too. Okay, chat, we're taking notes. We're taking notes. This is what we... Look, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., this could be us. This could. Clean setup. Pia looks so nice and calm and collected. Yeah, no, this is a nice, well-behaved stream. All right, back to the Botez Chaos. Let's see. We've got no moves yet. Shall we do a little lurking on Dina? It was us yesterday. Let's see. Dina time. Bang, 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 bam. Do we? Okay, yeah, no, we should include everyone. All right. He looks very stressed. Looks very, very stressed. Oh, she moved? Okay, fine. Well, hang on. Can we just give our analysis on Dina? He's looking around, thinking, man, I drank so much coffee and so much water, I've got to go to the bathroom. And that is our Dina recap. All right, back to my sister. Bam. Bishop takes d5. Well, you guys are lucky Hammer is not here because he would be mauling the entire time. We have been praising this bishop pair, talking about the snipers. All she needed to do was use this A1 square, and these guys are monsters. This knight is not a threat because he's not going anywhere. And I guess Alex just tunneled and missed this E4 idea because pushing this knight back, the knight's no longer a problem. We don't need to capture him to get rid of him. We just need to pester him a little bit, you know, give him a little poke, just attack him. But Alex chose to take the knight. So now he takes d5, and I guess you get this pawn, but at what cost? Because white was going to win a pawn anyways, right? We were going to take this pawn eventually. And now black has a passed pawn that is defended. Also, maybe this could even be another passer if we trade over here. So it's not worth to give up the other bishop to win this pawn, but she has her own passed pawn. However, it's not defended, but maybe once she pushed it. But something like rook c8, I guess she's going to use the bishop here. Or what is she going to do? Yeah, bishop d6. which, right, the bishop and the pawn are connected and they defend each other pretty well. But now the position is pretty even because both sides have counterplay. However, black's bishop's still not that great, but they can reroute it. He can bring it to c6 with tempo, and then if it really wants, can come back to d7. Now black has an actual plan, whereas if he would have just kept the pressure, this is the most important, this is what makes the difference between a 1800 and a 2200, knowing when to keep the pressure, knowing when to retreat your bishop and just let your opponent suffer and come slowly in the attack. We didn't need to remove the knight. The knight wasn't threatening anything. So table are going to turn a little bit with bishop takes d5. Why don't you coach your sister next time? Hammer said nobody can help her. Is that true? Hammer did a lot of prep for Alex this morning. But I think the opening went fine. And she's not losing the game. She's going to be in an even position, and she's very strong. But now it's going to be a downhill battle. She's going to be playing against a 2200, and she's going to have to rely solely on her opening knowledge. So, refresh. Okay. Oh, wow. I don't know why they're not showing up on my board. Oh, because we're in analysis. So he took right away. She took the pawn. Everything that we look at just happened. The next moves are all pretty mandatory. You have to move your rook. Your rook is under attack. Is there any other moves we should consider, like rook b7 perhaps? No, this could be a rookie mistake because we want to use the square for our bishop so that we can reroute it back to c6 to kick out this queen. If you do something like this, you would just block your bishop. So the rook needs to come on this file. And then once you kick away this bishop, I mean, one benefit at least of having this bishop here is that black can't really get to the b file anymore. So maybe white could take control of it later. Bishop b7, rook b1, attack the queen. These are all, so now white gets control back over the file, but now also black's bishop is much better, and black can advance this pawn, and now black is the one fixing white's doubled pawns. Queen retreats. Let's see. What are the potential moves here? I wonder why a4 is not a good move. Oh, because it allows rook b6. This is a really nice plan. If black makes one small inaccuracy, we get to control this square where our pieces have a pretty good fortress. The bishop's defending the pawn. Pawn will never be hanging. Pawn can defend everything. And then the queen can come build a battery behind the rook. And white could have decent control in this file. We're controlling the b8 file. Then we can activate this rook. So I wonder if there's a way to prevent this. I think the only plan, rook e8. And now if we play rook b here, rook a c8. And what if we do the same plan? Sorry, chat. I'm running through moves so I can think. Oh, d4. Oh, boy. Okay, there is one big threat for black that we need to be aware of. So, black's idea... Okay, this is some very advanced chess. I don't know if these guys are going to find it, but I think there's a lot we can learn from this plan. First, let me see what position we're at, and then we'll go into it. He moved. I'm going. Oh, okay. Forget this entire plan. Played rook b2. He's getting a little bit greedy, which this looks like he's attacking this isolated, this backwards doubled pawn. But it's not even good for him to take this pawn because then his rook's going to be out of play and white's going to control it. So we'd be happy to give this pawn. White has a really nice tempo move, queen c6, attacking this rook, putting pressure on this pawn, forcing the bishop back, and now Alex can activate her queen, keeping the pressure here, and this rook is now misplaced. He's no longer connected and backed up by the other rook. If he does something like this, rook just b1, you take another pawn, and I believe you have crazy moves. Oh, I mean, you just take the bishop, sorry. Yeah, you just attack the bishop. Wow, this is really ugly. This bishop is lost, actually. And let's say you try to run, wow, you can't come here because you're getting back right. No, that's a queen trade, just kidding. Sorry. All right, there's a lot of tactics in this position. There's things like queen c6, taking this pinned knight, but I'm sorry, trapped rook. I don't know why I said pinned knight, don't know where that came from. But the main idea is there's no harmony between black's pieces. This rook out of play, this bishop on the first rank, this rook. So if Alex gets the momentum with her queen, she could get a really killer attack. She needs to find this queen c6 move, but When you're in these positions, you always need to be considering your most forcing moves. So that is, how can I attack right away? Where can I trade? And checks and captures. So she could consider this. This doesn't look too good because then we're activating this bishop. Well, this is even, I mean, this looks dangerous, but funny enough, moves like this don't really work either, because then you get queen comes to c3 attacking this rook. So technically she could take the pawn, but then you're opening up a file for the rook. So now these two pawns definitely going to be lost because both rooks can easily target them. So she should consider all force moves, taking the pawn, attacking here. What other forcing moves does she have? There's obviously some queen attacks, but these aren't worth our time. But queen c6, 100%, I'm sure she's considering it. And then she needs to see the follow-up after bishop b7. She needs to see that the queen can come here, because the queen has been out of play on the side of the board for a very long time. Thank you, Real Spicy Paul, for the 8 months. I'm going to refresh, put it back in the initial position. Okay, she's thinking here. Miss back rank mate in the calculations. It's fine, okay? I just want to make sure that some of the chat is seeing the tactics, okay? Okay, I never got Jason's Discord. He might be gone. Oh, chat asked why not take a5. So, I mean, this is a good exercise. We'll go to Dina after. For me as well, deciding between things like taking the free pawn and queen c6. So, let's look at the queen c6 plan one more time and go into this position. Here, queen g6, h6, okay. What is white's attack? So we didn't get the free pawn, but we have the plan of rook b1 coming up to put pressure here. The idea is that this rook, if we are able to attack this bishop, it will completely take away all activity for this rook, because the rook only has these two light squares. So black maybe wants to play something like queen g6, preventing this. And this is the only way that black can prevent this, which would force a queen trade. Then we get our rook b1. They have to take. This is a really nice defense on the pawn, because if you don't take the rook, you're losing the bishop. Take. I'm guessing now we have to move the bishop. Bishop becomes c6, and we're in a pretty even position. But white has just a slight advantage. Let's look at the pawn structure. White has a passed pawn, but so does black. We both have some sort of doubled pawns. We've got these guys, but you have an isolated pawn on this file, so you also have a weakness. Black has these doubled pawns, but our rook is a lot more active. Our rook has an open file, and your rook, where could it go? Maybe this e3 square, but this e file, but once you push e3, it's completely blocked. So it's not a huge advantage, but I'm assuming that white can just activate their king and the rook faster, whereas black's rook is in the corner. But e3 is best move. Let's play a couple moves through the endgame. g5, king f1. Can black even try to bring their king in? Yeah, I mean, I don't know where this king's going to go. Here, and it's fixed. Whereas my king can come try to fix these two pawns. But, I mean, for my level, I wouldn't be like... White has a +1 in this endgame. But, oh, I've been missing the fact that she's literally up a pawn. Okay, well, question answered. All right, that's all for that endgame analysis. Forgot we're up a pawn. So, obviously, trading queens when you're up a pawn is pretty good. Okay, I missed that. Let's go back to the position. Let's see what the other option was. So that was talking about this queen line, where the plan is to try to force this rook b1, and if they try to prevent it, we trade queens. The other plan Alex could be thinking about is queen takes a5. Queen takes a5. We saw that there's no way they can move the bishop because of the threats. What was our plan against this again, Chad? Do you remember? Oh. These are still so tricky for me to see, so I'm very curious if Alex is just, you know, sweeping through these calculations. Queen here, like apparently this line is way better for white, but it's really hard to feel comfortable here because you're losing both of your pawns. And the idea is that you're getting this file and you're forcing this here, but how are you going to defend this pawn? I guess you get enough of an attack, but this is so much to calculate. Queen has to defend here. You double, I mean, white gives like 2 pawns, but you get piece activity, and that's her plan. I guess this rook can, oh, this is cool. This is cool. The black rook cannot take the pawn because we have a back rank. So if you take with this guy, I could even do a nice Botez gambit. You take, and we give a juicy back rank. So white actually only lost 1 pawn, and for that pawn, we fixed the rook on a2 and activated our pieces. So it's not a bad trade, even taking on a5. And the other option, that's why the best move is like defending the bishop, which is so not human-like to play, because any other human would take the opportunity to attack the queen, attack the pawn. But in both scenarios, the plan for white is to take this file. So let's see, update. I think both of our plans are actually, both of these options are pretty decent. Your analysis makes me believe you'd play the Catalan better than Alex. I mean, look, I have the help of the eval bar. Let's be honest, let's be real with ourselves. But these are the only 2 moves Alex should be considering. There's nothing else. There's no other counterplay. Otherwise, this bishop's coming in, and we have to go back, and black keeps the pawn, black keeps the space. Like, just to show what could happen if, let's say we make a calm and steady move. Bishop here, defending the pawn. Oh, even worse. The bishop's not, bishop e5 they could play at any point, but first would come d4. This bishop is now defending this pawn, so we're not worried about leaving it undefended. We're pushing, and now white has a very dangerous passer. Wow. Now the queen has to come back and defend. This is getting scary. Rook can come here, can push here. Well, this is actually hanging. How do we defend this? Is this a threat? Wait, why can't we take the pawn? What? You can take the pawn. I don't understand chess anymore. Oh my god. Oh god, things are getting really complicated. Wow. Okay, this is a computer line. I'll be honest here. The idea is that force white's queen back because we have to stop this pawn. And then black, in exchange to give this really strong pawn, gets pigs on the 7th. Oh, sorry, we forgot the, yeah. Takes here. And then this is somehow just crushing for black. White is up a pawn, but somehow lost. Let's look. What can we do? Well, you don't have much of a, you have to either defend or take. Let's say we simplify. All right, chat, we should be back. My computer couldn't handle all of this super advanced chess commentary, so it gave up. But we should be back. All right, we got a little, oh. Test? Wait, what do you mean muted? Are you trolling me? I should not be muted. That's so strange. That must be a mistake because it's on. See, it's working here. That's crazy.
Can you try removing the source and like adding it again?
Okay, let's just add another one. This computer is so glitchy. I need to fix it. Test. Chat, is this working? It just broke. I think it just gave out.
So maybe it's OBS, but can you like repeat it? Like just
And task again? Yeah. Test, 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 test. I'm hoping a little restart fixed it. I don't know if it did. My computer's bugging out. Can you hear me? Oh, it's just broken. That's crazy. Test. Can you go grab the extra mic? Just in case. This is the test. Is it a working? Let me see. Please, please God. No. I think it's an OBS bug. It looks like it's an OBS bug. Test, 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 hello?
Can you try playing desktop audio like YouTube video and see if like they can hear the YouTube video?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like on the mic or?
Let me just play music for a second. Can you see if they can... No, all of my sound settings are broke.
Yeah, just play any YouTube video.
Okay. Wait. Maybe I all audio has broken. Everything is broken. I don't hear anything.
In your headphones?
All audio just broke.
So it's not OBS, it's just your audio.
Input. I don't hear anything. Can you see if you hear this? Test, test, test. Test.
Just restart your PC.
Restart. Test. Yeah, I have to restart.
Yeah, don't.
Just hit restart.
Yes, hit restart, yeah.
Lovely. Yeah, we just monde! Bienvenue à Paris!
Party start.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
What is this?
There's a little hat.
Yes.
Oh.
Andrea and Andreas!
Andreas! We have you here! We had a girl gang. I've never had this in my life. This is very exciting, and they're all better than me at chess.
I know a lot about wine, obviously. Drink it every morning. No, sorry, that's whiskey in Ireland. I confused the two things. Baguette? Burger?
That's 30 seconds to a minute. Alex might lose her first match.
Literally no one opening. That's
Because it's the best one. It's actually very complicated at higher levels. Yeah. Coats and accessories. Yeah.
Opa!
Yes! Nerd! I understood that.
So we made it to London barely.
Andrea, molto che viene da Romania!
Alright, we're crossing the river, and there's Big Ben.
This is supposed to be team chess. Okay. I'm tired.
That was fucking terrible. I'm never doing it again.
He couldn't get a gambit already. Palms are sweaty, they're heavy, but on the service he's in check already.
I'm so powerful. And we are here with Alex's best Norwegian friend. Get in here, Hammer. Get in here, Hammer.
Welcome. I have notes. The legendary Oslo Botez Oslo tour.
Yay.
What do you think about this work, Nick? Look at this framing. Okay, the framing is not great, but station to the royal palace.
Okay.
And it has all.
We're here with Anna Kremling, my new Botez sister. Might even bring her to Dubai.
Overhand machine.
Okay, this is too much. I'm out of it. Which we're going to be seeing. One of the big pieces.
Good tidings we bring to you and your friends. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now give us some figgy pudding. Now give us some figgy pudding.
We got with us Alexandra and Andrea Botez.
Let's just say.
Do you think chess people are fun?
Honestly, I really enjoy hanging out with chess players. And
The Botez sisters are like sharks, and there's just eels just flying around. Like
Andrea comes up with only the most refined, classiest, high-quality questions ever.
How does the knights move?
Wait, help me, because another draw! Yeah! I feel one-sided there. My sister just beat the 2500 of chess 24. Yeah!
I know.
It's not going to be long.
Me too.
I'm gonna climb it off. Is it over? Why are you still here? It's not going through. Look, Alex, what else did you want? Where's the radar going through?
Bonjour à la monde. Bienvenue à Paris.
Party start.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what is this?
There's a little hat.
Yes.
Oh.
Andrea and Andreas.
Andreas! We have you here! We had a girl gang. I've never had this this in my life. This is very exciting, and they're all better than me at chess.
I know a lot about wine, obviously. Drink it every morning. No, sorry, that's whiskey in Ireland. I confuse the two things. Baguette? Burger?
That's 30 seconds to a minute. Alex might lose her first match.
Literally no one opening that's the easiest
Because it's
to
the
memorize,
best one.
and you still
It's actually very complicated at higher levels. Yeah. Coats and accessories. Yeah.
Opa!
Yes! Man, I understood that.
So we made it to London barely.
Andrea,
Alright, we're crossing the river, and there's Big Ben.
This is supposed to be team chess. Okay. I'm tired. That was fucking terrible. I'm never doing it again.
You couldn't get a gambit already. Palms are sweaty, they're heavy, but on the service he's in check already.
I'm so powerful. And we are here with Alex's best Norwegian friend. Get in here, Hammer. Get in here, Hammer.
Welcome. I have notes. The legendary Oslo Botez Oslo tour.
Yay.
What do you think about this work, Nick? Look at this framing. Okay, the framing is not great, but station to the royal palace.
Okay.
And it has all.
We're here with Anna Kremling, my new Botez sister. Might even bring her to Dubai.
Overhand machining.
Which we're going to be seeing. One of the big pieces.
Good tidings we bring to you and your friends. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now give us some piggy pudding. Now give us some piggy pudding.
We got with us Alexandra and Andrea Botez.
Let's just say.
Do you think chess people are fun?
Honestly, I really enjoy hanging out with chess players. And
The Botez sisters are like sharks, and there's just eels just flying around. Like
Andrea comes up with only the most refined, classiest, high-quality questions ever.
How does the knights move?
Wait, help me, come here. Another draw! I feel one-sided there. My sister just beat the 2500 of chess 24. Yeah.
I know.
El Manito!
I'm gonna climb it off. Is it over? Why are you still here? It's not going through. Look, Alex, what else did you want? Where's the rain not going through?
Bonjour à la monde! Bienvenue à Paris!
Artist start. What are you doing? Yeah, what is this?
There's a little hat?
Yes.
Oh. Andrea and Andreas!
Andreas! We have you here! We had a girl gang. I've never had this in my life. This is very exciting, and they're all better than me at chess.
I know a lot about wine, obviously. Drink it every morning. No, sorry, that's whiskey in Ireland. I confuse the two things. Baguette? Burger?
That's 30 seconds to a minute. Alex might lose her first match.
Literally no one opening that's the
Because
easiest
it's
to
the
memorize,
best one.
and you still
It's actually very complicated at higher levels. Yeah. Coats and accessories. Yeah.
Opa!
Yes! Merde, I understood that.
So we made it to London barely.
Andrea,
Alright, we're crossing the river and there's Big Ben.
This is supposed to be team chess. Okay, I'm tired.
That was fucking terrible. I'm never doing it again.
You couldn't get a gambit already. Palms are sweaty, they're heavy, but on the service he's in check already.
I'm so powerful. And we are here with Alex's best Norwegian friend. Get in here, Hammer. Get in here, Hammer.
Welcome. I have notes. The legendary Oslo Botez Oslo tour.
Yay.
What do you think about this work, Nick? Look at this framing. Okay, the framing is not great, but station to the royal palace.
Okay.
And it has all.
We're here with Anna Kremling, my new Botez sister. Might even bring her to Dubai.
Overhand machining.
You hear that?
Okay, this is too much. I'm out of it.
Don't leave me.
I'm out. Which we're going to be seeing. One of the main pieces.
Good tidings we bring to you and your friends. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now give us some piggy pudding. Now give us some piggy pudding.
We got with us Alexandra and Andrea Botez.
Let's just say.
Do you think chess people are fun?
Honestly, I really enjoy hanging out with chess players. And
The Botez sisters are like sharks, and there's just eels just flying around. Like
Andrea comes up with only the most refined, classiest, high-quality questions ever.
How does the knights move?
Wait, help me, because there's another draw! I feel one-sided there. My sister just beat the 2500 of chess 24. Yeah!
I know. Me too.
I'm gonna climb it off. Is it over? Why are you still here? It's not going through. Look, Alex, what else did you want? Why is the rain not going through?
Bonjour à la monde. Bienvenue à Paris.
Yeah, already started. What are you doing? Yeah, what is this?
There's a little hat.
Yes.
Oh. Andrea and Andreas!
Andreas! We have you here! We have a girl gang. I've never had this in my life. This is very exciting, and they're all better than me at chess.
I know a lot about wine, obviously. Drink it every morning. No, sorry, that's whiskey in Ireland. I confused the two things. Spaghetti? Burger?
It's 30 seconds to a minute. Alex might lose her first match.
Literally no one opening that's
Because it's the best one. It's actually very complicated at higher levels. Yeah. Coats and accessories. Yeah.
Opa!
Yes! Merde, I understood that.
So we made it to London barely.
Andrea,
Alright, we're crossing the river and there's Big Ben.
team chess.
Okay.
I'm tired.
That was fucking terrible. I'm never doing it again.
You couldn't get a gambit already. Palms are sweaty, they're heavy, but on the service he's in check already.
I'm so powerful. And we are here with Alex's best Norwegian friend. Get in here, Hammer. Get in here, Hammer.
Welcome. I have notes. The legendary Oslo Botez Oslo tour.
Yeah.
What do you think about this work, Nick? Look at this framing. Okay, the framing is not great, but station to the royal palace.
Okay.
And it has all.
We're here with Anna Cramling, my new Botez sister. Might even bring her to Dubai.
Overhand machining.
You hear that?
Okay, this is too much. I'm out of it.
Don't leave.
I'm out. Which we're going to be seeing. One of the big pieces.
Good tidings we bring to you and your friends. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now give us some piggy pudding. Now give us some piggy pudding.
We got with us Alexandra and Andrea Botez.
Let's just say.
Do you think chess people are fun?
Honestly, I really enjoy hanging out with chess players. And
The Botez sisters are like sharks, and there's just eels just flying around. Like
Andrea comes up with only the most refined, classiest, high-quality questions ever.
How does the knight move?
Wait, how do we do this? Yay! Another draw! Yeah! I feel one-sided there. My sister just beat the 2500 of chess 24. Yeah!
Our love's gonna go with that.
I know.
It's not gonna be long.
Oh, me too.
I'm gonna climb it off. Is it over? Why are you still here? It's not going through. Look, Alex, what else did you want? Where's the radar going through?
Bonjour, Alamon. Bienvenue à Paris.
Artist start. What are you doing? Yeah, what is this?
There's a little hat.
Yes.
Oh. Andrea and Andreas.
Andreas, we have you here. We had a girl gang. I've never had this in my life. This is very exciting, and they're all better than me at chess.
I know a lot about wine, obviously. Drink it every morning. No, sorry, that's whiskey in Ireland. I confuse the two things.
Okay, chat. Are we back? Oh, please, please, please. Okay. All right, guys. No! There's still no sound. Yeah, no, I hear it, but the software is frozen. Wait. It's on. Okay, my audio is going through. It's still muted. Test, test, test. That's crazy. Because it's showing up right here.
It's weird because like two different OBSs.
Should I ask Levy if he can stream? I don't know why it's not showing up. Yeah, this makes absolutely no sense. I have two work functioning audios. I have no clue. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's right here.
Okay, can you? Yeah, let's find the recording, I guess, to double check.
I mean, I don't know how this happens on 2 PCs.
Yeah, I think it was one of the last one, no? Yes, this one.
Nothing is working. It's not even loading. I don't know how another PC has the same issue.
Right, I mean, he's not streaming.
Yeah, but he could just stream off our channel.
Then it's either just go to Chess Gallery, find someone who's already covering the tournament, just like...
But he could commentate Alex's games.
Yeah, but why would he go live for like whatever an hour left? Just find someone who's already streaming and just like rate them and say them.
I don't want to... Okay, let's just keep trying. I don't want to give up just yet. We shouldn't be giving up yet.
Can you try like play the recording again?
It won't load.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing will load.
Wait, let's just put starting soon.
No, leave the game, please. Just leave the game.
Okay. But I'm visible. I don't like being visible.
Okay, I can move my cam. Do you want me to move my cam?
It's fine.
Should I test if even desktop audio is working?
Why is nothing working?
Yeah, I don't know. Test, hello? Yeah, it showed up in the recording.
Okay.
It's in the recording.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear desktop audio, so... Okay, I'll try one more thing, and if it doesn't work, then you just have to end stream. Okay. This doesn't even make any sense. Test. Nope.
Did we mute scene by accident or no?
Mute a scene? Yeah. What do you mean? Well, I mean, these are all functioning, so it's impossible. Okay, I think we just have to end the stream. Let me just put Alex properly. Which way? Flip, vertical. Oh, it's fine. I'll just fix it.
No, you need to flip 90 degrees until you get it. Now 80. Transform. 80.
180. I don't even know why it's doing this. Okay, we could try one more thing, and if it doesn't work, it's fine. Hey guys, both of our PCs have broken. Somehow neither have audio anymore.
Test. Wait, which audio capture this is? Test.
Look at properties. This is this mic. Wait, let's see if they can hear desktop audio. Can we try that?
Yeah.
Because if audio is broken, then it's just not working. Let me try one more thing.
Okay, let me just. Desktop audio is on.
I mean, it's clearly showing up. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It could. I don't know if it's okay. Let's try. See if this shows up.
Like YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Do you hear this? Why is it so slow? Not even this is loading. Everything is okay. Can you hear this? If this doesn't show up, it's really broken. Okay, I guess it's broken because I don't hear desktop audio either. Yeah, nothing works. Okay, desktop audio isn't showing up either, so I guess it's.
Where is the
this. It's all this. This is the stream mix. I guess it's just broken. Yeah, it just won't show up. Okay, I guess I just have to go off.
Okay. Just in chess culture, who is covering Reykjavik, we can just write them and tell them, yo, follow Alex's game.
Okay. Alright, let me let chat know.
Okay.
Who?
Just someone who's covering something.
But they're not going to cover Alex's games.
For the 15k rate, they will for sure cover everything that we want them to cover.
Chat. Danya's doing masters.
Where's...
What about Alex? Just rate Alexandra Chess. Let's do Alexandra Chess.
Where's chess cut when we need her? She covered...
Just do Alexandra Chess. What are you doing?
Wait, is she covering?
No, but we'll just ask her to.
Yeah, sure. But like, she's WFM.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but we can like write a GM or something.
Okay, sure, rate a GM. Okay, it doesn't even matter. They're not gonna cover the game much. Let's just rate chess. It's broken.
Let's just write Danya and like ask him if he can cover 2 games.
He's not going to. It doesn't matter.
It's 2 games.
Okay, sure, fine. Okay, he's doing a chessable masters right now.
Yeah, but like 2 games in a classical game, it's like fine.
Okay, sure. Okay, let me rate. Oh God. Okay. Okay, alright, here. How do you make this thing smaller?
Just fit to the screen.
How do you do that? Both of our PC audios are broken.
Okay, and properties. No, not more. Sorry, just.
Okay,
Order. No, transform, and fit to the screen. And just you can now type and it will fit to the screen.
Restart. Should we try restarting one more time? I mean, we restarted.
Like 15 times.
Yeah.
Just like right done. Okay, you already read it.